Right. As for the movement along and shift, right, like I said before, this is one of the most confusing concepts in economics, right? It can be work for demand and supply, right? Movement along is always related to quantity demanded or quantity supplied, right? Shift is always related to demand or supply, right? So, movement along is only affected by one factor. I told you many times already, but still, even the scholars just now, the Petronas scholars, right? You can ask the group. Her group has a lot of Petronas and KPS scholars, right? Also, still do the same mistake. What mistake they do? They always think that price of the good itself is affecting demand or supply. That one is wrong. When I want to ask you about demand or supply, I will ask other factors. When I put in the multiple choice there or put in the question in your final exam, when I write quantity demanded, okay, take note, or quantity supplied, let me write the full name for you in case you got wrong again. Quantity demanded or quantity supplied don't take these two as demand or supply. Right? How to spell demand and supply is different. Demand don't have ED, supply don't have the IED. Right? And we don't have quantity in front. When you see in the question, we only use demand or supply, that one is affected by other factors. Other factors like what? In demand, other factors like income, like taste and preference, like advertisements, okay? Like population, like price of substitutes, like price of complements, like climate, right? Okay? Okay? These are just some of the factors that affect demand. None of these factors is the price of the good itself. Can you see the difference or not? Right? When you read the question next time in final or progress review 2, for those who haven't do progress review 2, make sure if you see the word quantity plus the ED, quantity plus the ED, there's only one factor that will affect the movement along the curve. Right? Movement along the curve. Okay? Movement along the curve. It's not move. Move can also be mean shift. But movement along. What is movement along? In the diagram, what's the movement along? See this one breathing already. Aiyo. Come here, not 5 minutes after it breathing. Come back out. What's movement along? What's movement along? Hmm? Hey, hello. What's movement along? Cannot answer, are you seriously? What's movement along? English meaning. Give me English meaning at least if you don't know the economic meaning. What's movement along? Hmm? Hmm? Timothy, your English good, right? Come on. Sincere. What's movement along? Right? Like skateboarding. Go up or go down, Orin. That's all. Right? Go up or down. Make sense? So go up one is known as the supply, go down is known as the demand. But they can movement along. Skateboarding, like I told you before, like Cameron Highlands, right? One way up, one way down, right? These are movement along. Okay? In here, demand and supply, obviously they have different factors. Other than the demand factors, we also have the supply factors. The supply factors is like what? What are the supply factors? We have cost of production, right? We have number of suppliers. We have technology. Right? Okay. Awesome. Where is that? Where is that just now? Today is right. Other than this, what else? We have climate. What else? What is it? Cannot hear what? Butter.
Weather.
Weather, yeah, climate weather, yeah. Same. Capacity, no, you see, mix up again. Capacity is elasticity. Future, yes. Future price expectation. Government policies like tax, we have subsidies, right? We also have price of substitutes, price of complements. Again, same thing, you can see they are not price of the good itself, right? No price of the good itself, no, at all. So they are the shift. Shift can also, we can also use move. Don't confuse yourself. Unless we use movement along, then it's quantity demanded or quantity supply, right? Shift we can also use. The shift we can also use for move or change, but it's demand or supply, right? How is shift looks like? How shift looks like? Right or left? Okay, in or out. Make sense? So for demand one, it will be right. For supply one, it will be like that. Okay, so you can see the difference. You can see the difference between shift and quantity demanded movement along. Right? Can or not? Can, right? So same thing, remember, price of the good itself is not inside here. So price of the good itself is inside here. You have to draw movement along. Right? Shift is inside here. So there's no price of the good itself. They have other factors. Obviously, I did not list out everything, but it's good enough for you to cover for a progress review 2 or final exam at least. Okay? Okay? Something was slipping out, I don't know. What? Right? Okay. That is for the movement along and shift. A lot of questions in multiple choice will be something like that. Right? But when it's a market, right, it's different, right? When it's a market. In a market, can I have movement along and shift together in a market? Can or cannot? Can. See properly. For example, if supply shift to the right, can you see? Supply shift to the right. Supply shift to the right maybe because of all this. Cost of production decrease, number of suppliers increase, technology increase, climate is good, future expectation of price, right? If tomorrow is good, for example, no, tomorrow is not good, so I increase supply now. Tax reduce, subsidies increase, price of substitutes reduce or increase? For supply, price of substitute reduce or increase will lead to supply increase. One depends, this one no depends. What is substitute? Mouse and touchscreen. They are substitute. Right? Mouse and touchscreen are substitute. Right? If touchscreen price increase, what will happen to supply of mouse? If price of touchscreen increase, what will happen to mouse? Increase. Increase. Decrease. Sorry? Increase. Increase. Decrease. So now there are 3 increase and 2 decrease. So what's the correct answer? Decrease. The 2 is correct. You see? On Thursday, multiple choice, we will do a same wrong thing. Why? Because I'm talking about suppliers. Suppliers. Price increase for substitute, I produce more substitutes. You know what I mean or not? Okay, so I supply decrease for this. So if I want to talk about supply increase for this case, it will be price of substitute decrease. Then only supply will increase for the substitute, right? Price of complement will be increase. Then my supply will increase also for supply, right? Go back and revise again, okay? Not only them, and you also during final, please, right? So will there be a movement along and shift? Yes. Shift in the supply curve will always lead to movement along the demand curve. Can you see or not? Because there's only one demand curve movement along, which means the price of the good itself. For the supply is because of all these factors, but supply shift will affect the price of the good already. So the price of the good will affect the quantity demanded. Alright? Same for demand shift. I'm only using one each. Same for demand shift. Demand shift. Right? When the demand shift, for example, increase, it can be due to all these factors, same thing. Income increase for normal good, taste and preference increase, advertisement increase, population increase, price of substitute up or down for demand increase. Reduce. What will lead to demand increase for price of substitute? Increase. What's the question? Price of substitute increase or decrease will lead to demand increase. For demand this time. You see what increase? What do you say?
Demand increase.
Same thing, you touch screen and mouse. Touch screen and mouse. Now you are consumer. Price of touch screen increase, demand will increase. One ring on this one. Okay or not you? Sure or not? So price of substitute increase and price of complement decrease for demand. So same thing, will there be a shift and movement along together? Yes or no? Yes. Where shift of demand is because of all these factors, but there will also be at the same time a movement along the supply curve. This is because after the demand shift, right, the price of the good itself increase already, then the quantity supply will increase. Right? So they are actually together. Make sense? So these are the main questions in progress review 2 of later you'll see. Right? She already see some of the questions. Okay. But doesn't mean final will not come out. Final will still come out. Right? I think that's all because today I managed to only book half hour of the meeting room. You came late already. Any other question?